Aren't you excited?
Excited about what?
Well,
What these?
We finally get a vacation?
Okay, vacations are cool when you can go somewhere. Like, seriously,
Okay.
with all this
Okay,
stuff.
Tasha. Listen, I just wanted to say...
I don't know, seriously. With
I've
coronavirus cases going up all over the place, where we gonna go? Like, I'm scared to even get on a plane. Like, seriously.
Can I get a word in edgewise?
Girl?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap. Sometimes I just want to finish a thought. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Finish your thought.
We're going to be off for the next 2 weeks. We'll be back on the 28th. Okay, all right. You already know whose turn it is to go first this week, hunty. So protests all over the place, still happening. And the simple fact of the matter is, the reason why protests are still happening is because people are doing symbolic things like taking down statues. Although that, can be looked at as a win, it is not the win. The fact of the matter is, people are protesting police brutality. People are protesting the fact that police officers are not being held accountable to killing people unarmed in their custody. When we clearly see that they can escalate for other people, we want the same treatment. When I mean us, I mean melanated folks. We want the same treatment as a rich white man. So if you understand what that means, when y'all go arrest white people, y'all don't treat them the way with malice, with disdain, with disrespect for their lives. That is why the protests are continuing to happen, because melanated people are saying we are fully human and we expect to be treated fully human. So that little bit. Now on to my topic, because that's not what I'm talking about today. So y'all already know my little theory. I don't think Jeffrey Epstein is dead. And the simple fact of the matter is, I think this was his ace in the hole, which is to act like they caught his associate. Her name is Ghislaine Maxwell. So this, if I was a diabolical person, you would have someone that knew all of your stuff. And, if people mess with you and, all of that stuff, you would unleash all of that information. Well, that information is about to be unleashed because of this chick. Or at least that's what people think. So this article is actually from Fox News. It's entitled Jeffrey Epstein's Confidant, Ghislaine Maxwell transferred to NY prison after arrest. Okay, so we already know that, or it's already been told to us, that he died in a New York jail cell. If these people were smart, they would not hold her in a New York jail cell. That's just me. I would have her under some kind of surveillance at all times. I would not even allow her to be, I would really just hold it close to the vest until trial was ready, because you can't trust nobody. If all this information they got on all of these rich, powerful people, including a prince, you think that she gonna be safe in a jail cell? Honey boo boos, look here. Y'all need to hide her and reveal her and release her only at trial. Heck, if it was me, I would be taking her testimony right now. Everything. Be like, look, you facing the death penalty for all this stuff that you did, or you can just tell us everything that happened, went down, where that, who did it, and all of that stuff. And I would have a lie expert. I would make sure that person is in the room to make sure she's telling the truth. And not only that, I would make sure that if by any chance she leaves just one person out of the whole gambit of everybody, that death penalty comes right back on the table. That's all I got to say. So anyway, let's get into the article. Ghislaine Maxwell, the confidant and ex-girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein, was transferred to New York federal prison on Monday following her arrest in New Hampshire last week. Now, this chick has been hiding out at every conceivable rich person with power that she possibly can until she got quote unquote caught at this New Hampshire place. Just saying. Yes, she is in BOP custody at MDC Brooklyn. That's their strategy, is to make sure everybody knows where she at. So if something happened, everybody knows that she was targeted, so be it. It could be a good strategy. But anyway, we declined to comment further, the Federal Bureau of Prisons told Fox News. Maxwell, the daughter of late British media magnate Robert Maxwell, has been indicted on multiple charges in connection to an alleged sex trafficking organization that brought jails some as young as 14 to Epstein's Manhattan home. Well, they were also in Florida, so I don't know why they're not putting Florida in here too, but whatever. Prosecutors alleged that Maxwell, between 1994 and 1997, assisted, facilitated, and contributed to Jeffrey Epstein's abuse of minor girls by, among other things, helping Epstein to recruit, groom, and ultimately abuse victims known to Maxwell and Epstein to be under the age of 18. They added, moreover, in the effort to conceal her crimes, Maxwell repeatedly lied when questioned about her conduct, including a relation to some of the minor victims when providing testimony under oath in 2016. Several of Epstein's victims have described Maxwell as his chief enabler, recruiting and grooming young girls for abuse. She has denied wrongdoing and called claims against her absolute rubbish. The 58-year-old Maxwell was a part of Epstein's inner circle until he killed himself. I don't believe that. Either he was killed or he ain't dead. In Manhattan lockup last August while awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges. The accused madam was taken into custody Thursday morning in Bradford, New Hampshire, after purportedly hiding out in Paris, France. Because my whole thing is, if you really didn't want to get caught, why did you come back to the U.S.? I'm just saying. William F. Sweeney Jr., the head of the FBI office in New York, told Fox News that investigators have been discreetly keeping tabs on Maxwell's whereabouts and recently learned that she had moved to the gorgeous mansion of 156-acre property, which she purportedly paid for in cash. They must have been tracking them bills, man. Anyway, prosecutors have asked a judge to schedule a Friday court appearance in Manhattan court for Maxwell. She is currently being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Prosecutors have said that due to Maxwell's wealth, international connections, powerful connections at that, and possession of 3 passports, she poses an extreme risk of flight. Maxwell has absolutely no reason to stay in the U.S. and face possibility of a lengthy prison sentence, prosecutors wrote in a memo. And she wouldn't. That again, if by any chance I was diabolical like Epstein, because obviously he had to have had so much crap on all these people. If anything should ever happen to me, I would have my ace boon coon, which that's who she is to him, my ace boon coon, go and snitch on all them people. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, boo-boos, that's all I got. Take it away, girly. Bye. Well, thanks so much for tuning into another episode of Nice But Feisty. I am Mandi Nice, and I'm going to get right into my topics. I know, just to reiterate, we will be off for the next 2 weeks, so we will be back on July 28th. So next week, which is July 14th, and the week after that, which is the 21st, We will not have any new episodes at those particular times, but we will be back on the 28th with a new episode. So make sure you go like, comment, and subscribe on those older videos. You've got about 65 of them to review and share. Then I really like to see your comments because I do respond back. So let me know what you think about all of those past episodes and all of that good stuff. So yeah, we're going to switch gears this week, or at least I am, to get off of a little bit of the coronavirus news. We already know it has not been handled well. It's because it's what they call the novel, the new one. And it's mutating at a rate that people don't understand, or the way it's mutating people don't understand. Scientists really don't know what to do about this particular virus. And so that's why things, are up and down. Oh, don't use masks. Oh, now use masks. Blah, blah, blah. It's confusing because the people that are supposed to be the experts are, quite frankly, if you look at their behavior, they're confused as well. So at any rate, but again, you do what you feel is necessary and keep yourself safe. But we will not be touching on that particular bit of news. There's other people that are covering that. So I'm going to move on to something else. So this article comes from Business Insider. And if you are in the stock market, or if you trade stocks, or even if you're just investing in the stock market, we noticed a jump this particular week, and there's a reason why. There's talk about more stimulus, and this article is entitled "Mitch McConnell Opens the Door to Another Stimulus Check for Americans," saying people earning under $40,000 a year have been hit the hardest. So just with the simple talk of more stimulus going to average Americans has the stock market going back up, because the stock market knows that when you put money in the hands of the middle class, what we consider poor or low wage classes, they're the people that are most likely to spend, and therefore there would be an uptick in what they consider the consumer market, and therefore the stock market is, going off of that bit of news of, oh, there's going to be more stimulus. Great. So let's, the stock market is looking up because of the stimulus talk. And as you noticed with the stock market, when they talk about stimulus, the market goes up. But then when they don't follow through with the stimulus, the market goes right back down. So it behooves those who have the power to actually get money directly into consumer hands, people that actually spend their money when they have it, which is the middle class, the lower class, and the poor. When they spend money, the stock market goes up because money is moving. When you have it concentrated on, with a group of people that do not spend money, then the stock market is going to respond to that as well because money's not moving. At any rate, I think they're starting to get the point. But let me go over this article. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said that during a public appearance in Kentucky on Monday that a second stimulus check could well be a part of the next economic relief package. McConnell opened the door to including another round of direct payments, saying that people with lower incomes had borne a disproportionate share of economic pain from the coronavirus pandemic. A Federal Reserve study published in May found that 40% of households earning under $40,000 a year had lost a job in March. I think the people who have been hit the hardest are the people who make about $40,000 a year or less, McConnell said. Many of them work in the hospitality industry. McConnell's remark underscored the debate among Republicans over the scope of the next economic relief package and directly aiding people. And they echoed the comment from Larry Kudlow, the National Economic Council director, who said last month that direct payments should go to people who's lost their jobs and are most in need. It is not immediately clear, however, that Mitch McConnell's comments reflected the new position he would take in the stimulus negotiations. His office did not respond to requests for comment. Under the CARES Act, Congress authorized direct payments of $1,200 to Americans earning under $75,000 a year, plus an additional $500 per child under the age of 17. The cash amount gradually decreased until eligibility was cut off at individual incomes above $99,000. People jointly filing taxes could receive a check for the full amount with an income up to $150,000 and would no longer qualify if they earned more than $198,000. The Treasury Department and the IRS distributed direct payments to roughly 160 million Americans since April, according to the Government Accountability Office. If Republicans push to implement lower income threshold, experts say that step could leave out many struggling Americans from receiving another government payout, which is not good. President Donald Trump reportedly backs another wave of stimulus checks for individuals, and the White House has indicated an openness to pushing that position in stimulus negotiations, though it hasn't unveiled a plan. Democrats have expressed support for another round of 1,200 stimulus checks for Americans, including for unauthorized immigrants left out in the initial wave of payments. McConnell assailed that provisions during this fiery speech on the Senate floor in late May. I think at this particular time, they should leave the thresholds where they are because of just for the simple fact that at that 150,000 mark for families, particularly the middle class, those people also spend a lot of money. So you don't want to threaten the market in any way and say, oh, we might, because the market is going to kind of on that. So if you keep the thresholds where they are, but just give more stimulus, then the market will continue to go up. If by any chance that they decide to do something with the thresholds, you may see a dip again in the market. So just a quick note to keep your eyes on that. So again, just take time to read the article for yourself. Of course, form your own opinions, but I would really like to know what you think. So comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. How do you feel about this? What do you think that they should be doing? Do you think that the stimulus payments should be more than 1,200 per individual and more, like possibly like 800 per child or whatever the case may be? You let me know down in the comments, and I can't wait to see you guys in about 2 weeks. That's all I have. Well, thanks so much for tuning into another episode of Nice But Feisty with Mandi Nice and Tasha Feisty. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Have a good one. Oh, and one more thing. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And share the video. You heard.